Greetings, we are continuing to explore Moscow, and today we will visit the recently renovated North River Terminal, which reopened in September this year in time for Moscow City Day. The complex, which consists of the terminal, the nearby northern cargo port, and a park, acts as a kind of river gateway to Moscow. Back when it was built, the North River Terminal was located on the outskirts of Moscow, near the town of Khimki and a station of the Oktyabrskaya Railway. When the terminal and sports complex building appeared here, the adjacent reservoir did not even exist. It was just preparing to receive water from the Volga River. The construction of the terminal began in 1933 and lasted for several seasons. In winter, the work was carried out inside of a temporary exclosure, an enormous wooden tent that was installed over the construction site. The terminal was designed by architect Alexei Rukhladev, a representative of a very prominent branch of rationalism. Alexei Rukhladev was a student of Alexandre Benoit and Alexei Shushev. Rationalism placed great importance on the psychological influence of architecture on a person. And this is very clearly visible in the terminal's aesthetically pleasing design. The building resembles a Volsky motor ship frozen at the pier. The galleries surrounding the building resemble the decks of a motor ship. The space on the floors was used for providing refreshments. The tables, which were brought out through the doors leading to the restaurant, were laden with vases with fruits, trays with ice cream, and even soda fountains. Soda, which was then called citro, was available either on tap or in a special glass bottles. On the wall of the terminal, we can see an artifact of that era, a fire bell. It once also featured a piece of glass with the standard inscription, "Break in case of fire," a button that triggered a fire alarm. Upon entering the terminal, we find ourselves in the central lobby, which has the same elegant and bright design as the rest of the building. The walls are decorated with imitation marble. Another prominent feature of the lobby and the terminal are these luxurious floors made of colored marble. In the center, we can see a composition with 4 Admiralty anchors. And of course, the column capitals also feature the 1930s style images of ears, a sickle, and a hammer, and the heraldic symbol of the Soviet Union. The central lobby is also decorated with a painted plafon. It also features the images of heads of grain, stars, and nautical knots, which reminds us that this is indeed a river terminal. The terminal's layout is that of a standard river terminal. So what was located here? Apart from the central lobby, which we have already seen, the terminal features comfortable waiting rooms. They were also smartly decorated. Here we can see plafonds and panels with socialist realism images depicting happy Soviet people on vacation. There were also luggage compartments and a room for mothers with young children, which was also decorated with vivid and elegant paintings. Upon exiting the terminal building, the passengers found themselves on a luxurious staircase that led down to the pier. The terminal actually stands on a reclaimed terrace, so there is a difference in elevation. This is why there was a need for a staircase. The staircase leads from a portal lined with gray and green diorite and decorated with round bas-reliefs. Here we can see all the achievements of the Soviet Union on land. The Dnieper hydroelectric station, the theater of the workers and peasants, Red Army, and Kievska metro station opened in 1937, and the famous Palace of Soviets, which was never completed, but for a long time was a symbol of Moscow. The courtyards of the North River Terminal are decorated with two fountains, north and south. The north fountain was created by sculptor Lev Kardashev, a student of Ivan Yefimov. Its design is inspired by the Arctic and features the images of polar bears and a bird colony. The image of birds was lost in the 1980s and was recreated during the terminal's renovation. The south fountain was created by Ivan Yefimov himself, an amazing animal sculptor. To this day, sculptures created by Ivan Yefimov are popular at auctions. Here he depicted dolphins frolicking in the water. To enhance the effect of a sparkling southern sea, the sculptor placed the dolphins themselves on round glass orbs. They made the fountain look even more joyful. The dolphin sculptures were lost by the 1980s. For a long time, they were believed to be completely lost, until 9 of them were found in the river terminal's basements during the renovation.
Подвалах речного вокзала.
The popular accessible roof is also an invention of the past. Alexei Ruhlyadov conceived this terrace on the upper tier on the river terminal. The terrace was illuminated by elegant lights made from a cluster of round pendant lamps. They have been completely restored, and if you find yourselves here at night, you will see a space flooded with light. In the center of the building, there is a tower that resembles a ship pipe decorated with anchor sculptures. They were initially gilded, but the gilding quickly wore off, after which it was decided to paint the anchors black, which is how we see them now. The tower also features a clock mechanism. Interestingly, it is believed that the mechanism was older than the terminal building itself. It was removed from the bell tower of the Resurrection Cathedral in the town of Volokоламск, and the faces were designed by Alexei Ruhlyadov. The tower spire is decorated with a star. This is not an ordinary star. There was a legend that the gilded brass star, which is decorated with Ural gems, was the first version of the Kremlin stars installed on the Kremlin towers in 1936. But during the renovation, it turned out that the star of the North River Terminal was made exclusively for this building. It is indeed made of gilded brass, and the image of the hammer and sickle is strewn with Ural gems. The star is attached to a mast mechanism that can be raised and lowered. The idea was to raise the star at the start of navigation season and lower it with its completion. Whether this was done every year is unknown. The star is quite heavy, and it is possible that the spire would have simply broken under the wind loads. However, it is known that in 1937, when the canal flotilla approached the piers of the river terminal, the star was indeed raised.